Welcome everybody. For those of you who happen to be brand new and don't haven't had the chance to meet me yet, my name is McGuire Tate. I'm a part of the DAC corporate team. I'm also a broker in the field, so really just many different hats, seeing a lot of the things behind the scenes as well as on the front line. Talking to business owners, understanding their pain points, and seeing how we can serve them and help them best as much as we can. So I'm going to move right into kind of how we like to start things, and that's just to revisit our beliefs, right, in our reason for why we're here and how DAC even came to be. David Rutz, our founder, he's been a business owner for decades, right? So he's seen the ins and outs of what it takes to be a business owner. But what sparked DAC was actually some of his worst times as a business owner, right? Not being able to grow, having the business model, the business plan, being able to order the products for his business, and just not having that extra capital to order more when the orders came in, right? And even around that time, this industry that we're in, the alternative revenue based funding space was a kind of a baby at that point, right? Early 2000s making its way. So, to be where we are now, a beacon and a light for business owners who might be in that similar position as he was, just trying to grow, right? Or maybe they're in a pinch. And they need that additional working capital without collateral being involved, without the bank being involved, which many have already tried that option. So we're really here, if you think about it, we're really here. And I was just explaining to somebody over the weekend, I was meeting with a new broker, and he said, I understand that, I talk to business owners all day, but how can I really position where we come in, right? Like where are we on this totem pole? And I said, the reality, it's very simple, is if you know a business owner, you say, have you tried to get funding through the bank? Have you ever had to go to the bank for funding? And they'll either say, yes, I did, and it was, this is how the process went, or majority will say, yeah, I tried that, and maybe they wanted me to put up my house and my wife wasn't with that, or yeah, it didn't work out for me with one way or another, I didn't qualify. And then there's other avenues from there. There's SBA, and then there's alternative revenue based funding. And we're on the totem pole of, hey, if you can't access this and you really do want to grow your business, give this a look. I can, and then you can double down and say, I can assure you that in this space we're going to find you the absolute best offer. Now, obviously, there's no pressure to take it. You don't need to spend an application fee or sign a bunch of things. It's one application. We come back to you and just at least show you what the absolute best offers in this space are, and see if that can work with or facilitate what you have going on. And that's really, he said, that's as simple as it is. I said, yep. He said, paperwork. I said, nope. We have our great Bank Breezy team that not only finds those offers, but actually works with the business owner, right? They're not just saying, hey, it's a good offer, you should take it. That's not what I mean by working. I'm saying they come through and say, hey, I hear this is what you need to do for your business. How I'm positioning this offer to you and showing you how this can take care of A, B, and then leave you maybe with a little bit of extra room on the side. So they go the extra mile, and that's what separates us in this industry. We're a filter in the system, yes, right? When the banks can't help, we can, but also we're going to find the best offer. We have the best team. We have the most transparency. We're honest. We don't jack up the commission rates. Everything we do is simple. It's honest. It's true. And it's just really there for those business owners who do need to take that next step, and they have no idea what alternative revenue based funding is. So, guys, I'm going to move right into the funding store for today. I know I went a little long with that, but I did feel passionate about that, having a lot of great conversations with some new brokers over the weekend, which I hope we all took David's words and did our reach outs over the weekend. But today's funding story, gas station / food market out of Virginia. The broker on this, Victor Council. Great job, Victor. And also the DAC team, or the Bank Breezy DAC team, making everything happen behind the scenes. This opportunity in specific came from what is widely considered a high risk industry due to the substantial amount of cash deposits that are processed each month. And despite that challenge, the client was producing a strong 84,000 in average on monthly revenue, and initially requested 60,000 to assist with the build out of a brand new location. So leveraging the full power of the Bank Breezy funding platform, our team went ahead and went to work and delivered a far beyond expectations. Instead of simply meeting that request of 60,000, we secured 160,000 core rate offer for over 24 months, complete with a 100% prepayment discount addendum. So that's nearly 200% of the client's current monthly revenue. In fact, just over that, right? A powerful example of what's possible when you have access to the right capital, network, and strategy, which is our platform, our team, right? More importantly, our Bank Breezy team, like I just mentioned, didn't just present numbers, right? They didn't just say, here's a great offer. What they did was they took the time to strategically review the client's expansion plans and needs. We walked through how that additional 100,000 in available capital could accelerate the build out, strengthen cash reserves, and position a new location for a stronger launch to really be able to do that big. So with the 100% prepayment discount in place, that client recognized a clear path to leveraging the larger funding amount while potentially paying the balance off within 6 to about 9 months. So it really captured the growth opportunity while minimizing the cost of the capital itself. And we funded that 160,000 on Friday. So again, great job, Victor. Great job, Bank Breezy team, for just taking that extra step, going the extra mile with this client, as they always do. And this is a perfect example of what the Bank Breezy platform is built for. That's why we can lead with the way we lead, right? It's not just approvals, but it's strategic funding solutions that create leverage for the business, flexibility, real expansion power. And that's I love these stories because we see it day in and day out, right? You got Victor, who has the knowledge, right? He's spreading the information, meeting, greeting, informing. And then our Bank Breezy team does what they do best, and he can lead now confidently going ahead again, and so can we, right, with this story. So great job, team. Great job, Victor. I'm going to move into my topic for today. Is fairly simple, but it speaks wonders, and it's called Small Wins Compound. I spent the whole weekend, here and there doing some work, some reach outs, and things here and there, and I just realized that we've said it before, but the small wins are the things that really keep us in the game, right? We think about big plays in sports games, right? Those catches in the red zone, going out of bounds, or that last minute buzzer beater. But if you think about all the little things that got that team or that player into that position, it's a lot of little small things that come together, they compound, and they add up. So that's really what my message is for today. Many people, whatever it is, underestimate what consistent small actions do over time, right? Rarely do these big breakthroughs, come from one massive push of momentum. It's usually the little things that are consistent, that you don't stop doing, that you improve on, that you might struggle here and there, and then you work your way through. Those are the kind of opportunities and the things that you see people in DAC that are doing very well, leaders who are well networked and consistently bringing in fundings. That's the little things that you'll see. They talk about it on these huddles when they chime in. So what does that look like in DAC? Momentum in DAC is built through, consistent small wins, such as, reaching out, creating relationships with new new business owners, touching base with your current network, right? Your list of business owners, truly caring and checking in, educating and building trust, right? No matter what it is, through a social post, through just reminding, somebody in your team of something, sending an email out, having somebody top of mind, whatever it is, right? These are those little consistent actions. And time, for a lot of people in DAC looks different, right? We might not have as much time as others to invest. We might be working our full-time job and just offering this to our network, whatever it may be. Those little consistent actions they're crucial for every single person. So let's keep this in mind. Monday's the most important day of the week. It really sets up how the rest of our week goes. If we, Mondays are I call them mental Mondays, because I wake up on Monday and it's, telling myself this is going to be a rocking week. We've got 5 days left of the March Madness, guys. We've got 5 days left to qualify, this weekend. Coming into this week, I hope everyone is just they're locked and loaded, ready to go. I'm pushing, I know, as hard as I can to get some of these people certified, and obviously not pressure the clients, but also let them know, hey, I know you're busy, but let's get rocking. So let's keep this in mind. My play for today is fairly simple. Like I said, time looks a lot different for many of the brokers on here, right? So make your individual list of small wins and actions that you either do or you can add to your list, right? They're small. They're supposed to be little micro wins, things that you can do, and check it off your list. I've got daily. I've got 1,000 sticky notes throughout my office. That's how my brain works. And I write it down. And when I cross it off, I feel good internally. That's just what it is. So those are my small wins. And sometimes there's 20 in a day, sometimes there's five. You know what I mean? So write your list of what your small actions are. And you could go example by example, doesn't matter what it is, and actually cross them off. Do them today and cross them off. And then set yourself up for the rest of the week mentally and say anything that's in front of me and I say I'm going to do it because it's a part of my small win, big, compound success journey, and let that be what it is, guys. So that's my play for you guys for today. And I know we went about 2 minutes, but we started a little late, so we're right on time. I love to end with my quotes as I usually do. So today is from a Tanzanian proverb, but it says, "Little by little, a little becomes a lot." So I thought that fit perfectly in line with today. Small wins compound; they turn big as long as we keep doing them and look forward. And we come here every day for support. So that's one thing we do have is support with each other to keep each other motivated. And if obviously we ever have anything that we need, we know we can reach out to anybody on here, any of the leaders. We're all here to support each other because we know that things are momentous if they keep going, right? So that's what we need to do. Keep going, and keep rocking. All right, ready? Great, guys.